Curious to watch. I'm going to be solo casting here for a bit. DG's asleep for the first time in a couple of years, so I'm letting him take a big ol' rest-a-roni. That way, maybe tomorrow he won't be asleep. Well, not tomorrow, but next week. Alright.
Are you certain?
And we're live in game, in Champ Select technically.
Yeah.
I like the LeBlanc ban. I like the Gragas ban. I think Bliss is probably best champion, so that makes a lot of sense. The Thresh for Nezumi, that one's a little interesting though, because I haven't really seen him play a whole lot of Thresh. Not that I remember. He's played like Rakan and Karma. Not really Thresh though. But it looks like they're gonna take Rakan away from themselves.
Fear is the first of many.
And Garen taking away his spotter. Still has Darius and Kled, so there's really the pick your poison kind of situation unless you want to throw all three bans at him. Looks like he's gonna go first pick the Kled, which, yeah, I mean at this point, if he's got three main champions, you want to pick at least one of them in the first ban phase or in the first draft phase. The Poppy pickup I think is good. I think Poppy does well into Kled. If you play it right, still not a fan. Like, it's not like a free matchup, but it's definitely a good one. And Camille, we've seen Camille be a very, very strong jungler, mostly in the hands of Jupiter. Prism has tried it a few times. He's got a lot of options to be really proactive. A lot of ganking opportunities, but you just have to be really, really looking for him. So we'll see how he does on that. Bliss picks up the Sejuani, very fond of tank junglers. And probably going to be the Karma for Nezumi. Is it just me today? It's just me for the time being. DG is asleep, and I figured I'd let him. So I'm solo casting until probably Prism gets on. He's the first person that mentioned it, so he said he'll be on in like 15 minutes. I'll let him guest cast because I know he's been wanting to for a while. Gonna get Jinx ban, which I think is good. I would also say they should throw out a Tristana ban, because if they don't, Chijiro is just gonna grab that right away. Otherwise, you're really throwing away a ban, especially like if you know someone has a pick that they like playing, and that they'll pick it over anything else, even if it's not better. That's usually the one you should target first. Otherwise, if you're taking away stuff like the Jinx or the Varus, right, Chijiro's 90% of the time just going to pick Tristana here. And I feel like she would have picked Tristana whether you banned Jinx or Varus. Like, whether you banned Jinx and Varus or not, so... I could be wrong. Looks like he might be going for a Caitlyn. That would be interesting. I feel like there's no reason to grab a Caitlyn over the Tristana. But we'll see. Yeah, I guess it would be theoretically possible for Olympic to pick up the Trist themselves, but they already had Kai'Sa, so that seemed a little unlikely to me. But I mean, it's possible that, yeah, they just go for a Caitlyn instead, which is really weird. That's not what I would have expected, but maybe they've got a different game plan. I guess the weird part about this to me is this is the exact same comp that they run almost every single game, and they were running it with Tristana. So like maybe playing up against like a Poppy and a Camille and an Alistar is why they would swap away from the Tristana, but it's definitely not like a we want this because it fits better into our comp thing. Is the only reason for this would be because of the enemy's comp, or they're just not thinking. But we'll see. Could play off. Chijiro is a very talented AD carry at this elo, so... Just knows gonna be grabbing the Orianna. Alright. Team comps. Overall, I actually like Olympics team comp more. I think it's very fitting for the current state of the game. Kai'Sa's really strong. Ori's really good with something like a Camille and All-Star. Poppy, very good at stopping engage, like Sejuani. Who's favorite to win? I don't need to answer that. I already did my predictions. And favorite to win is different than who do I think will win. Right? Like, I'd love to sit here and stroke your ego, but you know the answer already, so I'm not going to. Are you not Spoder? You're not Spoder. Sorry, I assumed you were Spoder. Your name reminds me of Spoder. Yeah, AMP is favored to win. They are 6-0 right now. Olympic is 1-5, so standings wise, AMP should win this. But if you're looking at team comps, I think Olympic has the better comp. I think it's quite a bit better. At least if you're just looking at it from like a meta standpoint. Amps isn't bad. The Caitlyn and pretty much all of these picks except for Sejuani are like suboptimal picks, but I know that they're pretty much good on all of these. So it really just comes down to whether or not they're better than their opponents. Which, again, as we assume based off standings, should probably be the case, but we'll have to see how they play on today. Because it's possible that they just come out and they're balling. On the side of Olympic, that is. But it's going to be a lot based on how well Olympic can get their win condition off, which is basically just Orianna combos. How well Poppy disengages the Kled. Because if Kled's able to get onto the front line, that's going to be really scary. Or not on the front line. If Kled's able to really engage at all, because he does a lot of damage, so... It's going to be a lot on Helium and a lot on communication between Just Know and either Copycat or Rated R. All right. I normally do a bet during these, but we don't really have a whole lot of viewers, so I really doubt anybody would actually be betting. But let's go ahead and roll it anyways. Let's come up with one. We're under... Alright, I don't know if any of you guys have points, but you can go ahead and bet on that. If anybody's wondering why it's 7.5 kills, you obviously can't have 7.5 kills. So, because it's at a half, that means it's 7 or less, 8 or more, but saying over under 7.5 is a lot faster. So, that's the rationale behind that. And not surprised that happened. Let's go ahead and get into the spectate.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
I know it's quiet. Sorry, I'm solo casting right now, so I'm looking back and forth trying to do some stuff. And it's very weird solo casting. Gonna be a standard 5-point. You know, I need to change. I messed with some volume settings yesterday.
Minions have spawned.
try and fix some of those beyond the fact that I'm just not talking a whole lot. What happened to the other guy? He's sleeping for like the first time in 10 years, so I'm just letting him sleep. I would normally spam call him when he's asleep, but he literally had to sub out yesterday because he was too tired, so giving the guy a day off. I'm sure he'll wake up and be like, "Oh no, I'm missing it all," and then I'll be like, it's whatever. Just knows going to be taking a bit of a trade versus Natsume. Actually doing okay on it. Pretty much went even. Oh, did I forget the overlay? My bad, DHA. Jeez. Spoder gonna be trading on to Helium. Didn't end up doing the trick with Kled where you don't level up at level 2. But it is a very bizarre and hard trick to actually make work, so understandable. Looks like Sejuani's going to get the bottom scuttle. Puts Camille in a little bit of a rough spot. At least I think Sejuani got it. Yeah, Sej got it. Just means Raid is going to go straight up to the top scuttle, but he got spotted by this ward. Bliss actually going to try and catch him waiting possibly for his laners to come down. Spoder's walking away from the top lane. This means this could be a pretty big fight. Rated Arlov going to get dashed on. He's going to be at real low. There's no way out. He's going to fall over. Spoder picks up first blood. A really nice job there from Bliss, not stepping out of the bush, letting Rated know that he knew that he was there. We are going to see Natsume go in for an all-in. On to Just Know. Just Know does have Ignite. If he wants to finish this off, he can. But recognizing he might not be the safest opportunity now in the bot lane. Ignite burn down onto the Alistar. Trying to finish him off. But Chijiru going to get taken pretty low. Alright. Helium, though. Force the flash away, but actually gets the flash out of Spoder as well. Almost won that. It's very hard to actually win versus a Kled. Ooh, really nice engagement from Rated. Did flash onto Jajira, and he still has flash out if he wants, but Copycat gonna engage onto Nizumi. He's burning real low. Rated. I don't think he's gonna be able to finish off any of these kills, but Master Fire gonna flash forward and doesn't get the kill. The Soul Flare finishes him off, and it was so close to being a really, really good engage or situation. It was a great engage, but they just weren't able to get anything done. Jijiru Seer with the flash, gonna be turned around on by Rated. He's gonna wait out the flash, didn't even use it, and Rated picks up a kill as Jijiru gets greedy. Alright. Spoder gonna be able to get a dive off there. It was a really good job. He's got a pretty strong lead. 2 kills up. 14 CS. And it's pretty much just going to grow. Pretty strong lead coming out from AMP so far. should only grow from here. Copycat is a level up here. Actually, Olympic as a whole are a level up in this bot lane. Hopefully they take notice of that and try to make some kind of aggressive play, because they definitely should be able to. Looks like they're going to Alistar with a really strong engage onto Nezumi. He's taking a lot of damage, doesn't have heal, should be going down, but the trap lands onto Master Fire, gonna be stopping his approach. Pretty much just even trades onto the supports for the time being, but Rated finds his way into the back. Shajir gonna get real low, force to flash away from the headbutt pulverize, and now Olympic are the ones on the run. Really good job, though, from Rated, putting pressure on this lane. He knows they don't have too many of their sums left, so he just wants to make their life a living hell. Liquid Helium, though, going to be taking a bad trade versus Spoder. Might actually be able to get something done, but the dismount going to make that pretty hard. Are gonna see a bit of a fight come out mid. Just know trying to get something done before he falls down, but all it takes is one more hit from Natsume. Gets the solo kill. That was a really well placed wall. I'm a little confused as to why Just Know didn't just flash over the wall towards his turret, but yeah, yeah. Everything's a best of 3 here, Anne. Nezumi might get engaged on by Copycat. They do have level 6 now. The Unbreakable Will's gonna be coming out. This should be Nezumi going down. W picks up the kill. And Olympic are making it look like AMP don't have a good bot lane when traditionally they've had one of the best. Now Liquid Helium actually might be able to get a good trade off onto Spoder. His W's down. All it takes is one more hit from his Q, and he does get it. Barely trades his life away for the kill. Was a pretty fun fight to watch top.
Never falter.
Copycat, though, backing on a ward. Gonna get killed here. Does have flash up in just a few seconds if he can survive that long, but definitely not gonna be able to. Now, having a bit of bot lane priority, AMP look like they might want to go for a mid lane dive. Would be pretty interesting. I don't see a reason why they couldn't. Sejuani, fairly tanky at this point. And with the way Just Know is forced into this lane, definitely not in an ideal situation. Klez coming down too. They are all inning on this play. Glacial Prison gonna land. He gets burst down. Now Rated Our Love didn't know what he was walking into. He's gonna fall down as well, and that's 4 members mid from AMP. Gonna be pressuring this tower. Probably taking it. I don't see a way that they don't take this. Not with a cannon minion here. I would definitely suggest giving solo gold over, though. Since nobody's finished an item yet, like, splitting that 4-way is a little questionable. When there was, like... Normally, if you don't split it 4 ways, it's just, like, there's no reason because no one's getting a reasonable spike off of it, or, like, you really just need the tempo. And there's no tempo there. That was just... them keeping 4 people on it for no reason. We are possibly going to see a fight down here, though. Kled already went top, does have TP. Maybe an engage coming out from Olympic onto Nezumi. Looks like he's going to fall. One more auto attack should do it. Now they just need to re-engage onto the Sejuani. He's getting real low. Copycat with the Unbreakable Will. Going to be chasing forward onto Nezumi. The egg is popped. They don't want to get too baited into trying to kill the So as the Kled is in the fight. Going to be able to pick up a kill onto Camille. He goes down. Next up is the Anivia. Now with the engage from Liquid Helium, they should be able to start turning this fight around. Jijiru has to run if Liquid Helium is able to get onto him. Gets the Hammer Shock down. I don't think he's able to get the kill, though. One more wall charge into the wall, but I don't. Is it going to happen? No, copycat with the flash, headbutt, pulverize. And Olympic come out strong in that fight. 4 for 1. Catching AMP. Tiptoeing around. Look like they might be able to go for this Windrake too. It comes and goes, Deathmoo. It comes and goes. Sometimes I can't speak, and sometimes it just spits out. That was definitely good, though, from Olympic. Still down. But not in a bad spot. And this is that was mostly, I think, where we kind of get to see how their comp comes into play. Where I was talking in pregame, how I think they've drafted they've drafted a better comp here, right? And if we get into a big fight like that without AMP being significantly ahead, like a couple thousand gold ahead, I think it definitely goes in Olympic favor. I wouldn't really suggest that Helium takes trades like this, though. Even with the corrupting potion, Kled gonna really enjoy these, but it looks like actually Rated R Love might be able to find a way on to Spoder. He doesn't have flash. If they can lock him down, they should be able to get a kill here, even with Bliss in the area. There is the ultimate from the Camille. He goes down already, and the remount from Kled means they might actually be able to finish off this fight, but they are still running. Bliss is going to get low. The charge from Kled does get... No, he cast it short. It didn't get disrupted, but Anivia is here to try and save the day. Now Liquid Helium should be falling down. Spoder 1 dismounted twice in one fight. Meanwhile, bot lane, Chijiru forced a flash away. There goes the Plasma. He falls down. Now Nezumi runs away. Nice use of the tether. And now Natsumi going to try and chase onto Just No. Didn't quite aim his stun correctly, though. And I think as long as Just No can get another distance off, he should be able to get out of here fine. He does have tier 2 boots to tier 1, so he's going to be getting out of here. But AMP's still fighting back, still taking even fights. Natsume, though, still trying to trade on to Just No. Not really getting favorable ones. He needs to be careful here, because Just No and Helium can definitely burst him down if they can find their way onto him. Stun is going to land onto the Poppy, and the wall should shut down any attempt there. Bliss going for an invade. Does have some help in the area. Kled's around. Don't really know if Olympic want to take this. Not with how fed Kled is. 6-2-1. Basically, as long as Olympic can find a fight where they instantly kill Kled or Kled isn't there, they can easily take these fights. We've seen them dominate them even with the Kled. But now that AMP are getting some turrets, it does become a little bit more of a hassle. Looks like we're going to see a fight, though, around the Rift Herald. Kled is into the backside under the tower. He's going to get burst down. This might be what I was talking about, where if he goes down, it looks like Olympic can take a trade. All they need to get is the ball on to multiple members. It looks like Camille's going to be falling down. Now Just No also dies as well. Masterfire into the back line, uses the Killer Instinct, but I can't get the kill off. And they just weren't going in as a team there. They all die. Did manage to finish off the Rift Herald, but that is going to be AMP going from a 1.5, 2,000 gold lead about to a 5,000 gold lead. So definitely picking up the pace now. Yeah, they definitely right there. If I remember correctly, which I probably don't, so I could just be spitting out words here that mean nothing. It looked like some of them were trying to kill Rift Herald after they killed Spoder, right? They wanted to finish off Rift Herald. That way, you know, it didn't take their tower. And then the other ones were trying to go in, right? So Ori and Camille were trying to go in while Kai'Sa was trying to finish off the Herald, and kind of got so disjointed that they just weren't able to clean up the fight at all. Now, AMP gonna be going to the last outer. He is gonna find his way onto Copycat with the charge. The stun lands from Anivia. Actually gets dragged in by the bear trap on a rope. Just forcing the flash for the time being. We're going to see an engage here from Liquid Helium. He uses his ult to try and snare up the Kled, but they used all of their CC just a little bit too early, and Chijiro been free firing. Only uses one more auto attack onto the Alistar. Going to try and use his ult to pick off Camille. See, there we go. I lost my words. So Camille going to be forced to back away, and they just need to time their CC a little bit better, because they burned pretty much all of it at once. Void Seeker been used. Looks like he's actually going to try and ult forward. Spoder almost falling down. He does manage to pick off the kill with the plasma stacks. That's why you need to go full attack speed Kled so you can proc your W that much sooner. I know it gives extra attack speed, but come on, full attack speed Kled, totally the way to go. You got to get an IE and a PD and a Shiv. I'm kidding, that would be absolutely atrocious. Don't do that. Lethal Tempo Kled. I've seen some people do Hail of Blades Kled. Chijiro trying to defend this for as long as possible. The trap line not going to be quite enough. Nezumi flash forward does get the binding at least procced onto Ori, but she's going to go down to the Glacial Prison. And AMP fully commit to this top side after Olympic take the tower. Helium trying to get some CS. He can live. They didn't kill him. No, Helium, run! Run! Poppy, no! Oh my god. That was hilarious. Top lane tower, gonna be headed over to AMP though.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Looks like they might want to pressure for 2. Helium not up for another 10. She does have TP, but no real good TP points. AMP traditionally one of the better teams at vision play. Probably AMP and TP are the two teams that play around vision the best. Wow, just going to get 100 to 0. That was unfortunate. Anivia is a really annoying character.
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Like, really annoying. Top lane fight, though, coming out. Really nice engage from Copycat. Going to be snaring up quite a few, but they're not able to finish off Kled yet. Meanwhile, on the backside, there goes the Caitlyn. Chijiro falls down. Nezumi next on the line. He's been slaughtered as well. No Master Fire forced to try and run away from Natsumi, but he's going to get engaged on as well. Plasma ticking up from all this CC. All it takes is one more Void Seeker to pick up the kill. Maybe a stun. We'll see. Is that Void Seeker? No, the Plasma Stacks wore off right before it landed. He still goes into the egg, though, as the hookshot comes through, and AMP pick up 3 kills for nothing. Might be able to go for Baron, but Rated R Love is 2 levels down. So I would say they should just focus on clearing out vision and setting up some of their own right now. Looks like they are actually going to start the Baron load. They have control wards on. The problem is this is coming out pretty late, as most of the members of AMP have respawned. Definitely as soon as they see that, they need to back out. And the other trouble here is because they're so low now, this actually gives AMP an opportunity to try and take the Baron. They're not going to take it because Sejuani's backing, but definitely you see them get that low, you force them to back. Ooh, Nezumi actually steps forward a little bit too much, though. Copycat dashes in, wants to get the kill here. And really nice pick off there from Just Know, catching Nezumi overstepping his boundaries. With Nezumi dead, Olympic might be able to try and force a fight. They need to get in range for a fight first, but definitely could try. He just respawned, so not anymore. It was like a 5-second windows from when I noticed it and when I said it, and it's already passed. But they're still in a good spot, right? They're down 7k, but somehow they're still managing to take pretty favorable fights. And a lot of it's actually coming off of the engages from Copycat, I feel. Like, his engages on this All-Star have been absolutely tremendous in setting his team up properly. And then Just Know's doing an okay job on the Orianna. But right now, my eyes are definitely on Copycat to keep making these plays happen. I'm a little interested at Poppy's build. While the game kind of slows down, I'll talk about that for a second. I don't know why he built a Bombies and then finished off a Deadman's first. The move speed from Deadman's is nice for helping get in, because that's definitely something Poppy needs. But I feel like Poppy also needs the wave clear from a completed Sunfire. And if you're going to invest some money into that, like, you might as well finish it off. But I mean, maybe he just needs the movement speed. If he can make use of this movement speed, then I can grant it. But if he's like never actually able to use the movement speed from Deadman's here, then it's pretty much a worthless build path. Nezumi going for his standard, almost full AP build. Oh my god, Bliss. It didn't spawn yet, Bliss. I wish I could question mark ping people when I'm spectating, because I would do that so much while casting. Oh, I don't know what the actual thing was, but I'm pretty sure we were under on the bet, so I'm going to say under. I wasn't actually paying attention. Was it over? Are you sure? Oh man, Rubik's, you're popping off. Alright, Spoder. Behind enemy lines. Literally just gonna walk up though. He's fallen off quite a bit from his early game. He was really popping off early. He was like 6-0. 7-4 now. Definitely slowing down. Orianna finally has at least a bit of an item. Definitely kind of the most underpowered from Olympic right now, only at 127 farm. Dangerously close to getting Flame Horizon. And that's not where you want to be, getting Flame Horizon. Still doing her job, though. Still able. Basically just here for CC at this point, just for her ult. And the kind of power that helps bring. Master Fire gonna be doing a little bit of damage onto Nezumi, but he doesn't know that Bliss is right in the corner. He uses the Killer Instincts in. I think he should be falling down, though. Flashes forward. Does get the last... I think it's called a Cathian Rain. I'm not sure. But does get the last hit. Trades his life for it. Not a good trade for Olympic, actually. Even though they do actually find their way onto Chijiru, the Steadfast Presence going to be stopping him from getting out, but they just don't have any damage without Master Fire. Now Kled into the back line. This is when it starts going into Amp's favor as they come up with the Anivia. There goes Liquid Helium. Now on the backside, Spoderon's still alive, just now gets dismounted. They're going to be chasing forward. Chijiro doing a lot of damage. Spoder is able to flash forward, almost at his remount. Only needs a couple more auto attacks. One more, two more. Make it a third. No, doesn't actually land the Q. But Amp pick up the fight. Should be pushing in for an inhib with this wave here. Even with Master Fire respawned. Spoder's back on the mount, so don't think they can take a fight. Definitely was a little bit of a wishful engage from Copycat. Having Master Fire be dead, just not a functional fight, right? You can't fight that without your AD carry, especially with how far behind Trist is. You need her in the fight to be able to do anything. So definitely need Master Fire to not solo engage onto a support without vision if they want to win this game. And they still can. They're 10k down, but like they're dangerously close to winning all of these fights, right? Like they've actually got a lot of really good opportunities here. They just need to play around them properly. Rated R Love gonna find his way onto Nezumi. Doesn't have his ult though. So Blast Cone away. Gonna put Nezumi in a good spot. But Olympic looking like they want to pressure around the Baron. At least get some vision off. And Olympic are 5 turrets down right now. Still managing to find their way in an okay amount of these fights. Pop is going to be pushing down on the bot side. Nobody there to answer. Might be able to pick up a tower for themselves. This is a pretty big minion wave. Another gripe about Liquid Helium's build. I always gripe about top laner builds. I don't know why he went for Visage, right? Like, the only healing he gets is from Grasp, and that's not a significant amount of healing to really want a 20% increase on. Or, sorry, 30%. Against someone like an Anivia, who's doing, like, the same move on you multiple times, you really want an Adaptive Helm. Because that's going to block a lot more damage than a Visage will. Looks like Spoder, though, might be in a little bit of a rough spot. 1v3 for the time being. The ultimate's out from Camille. And I think that actually is going to be Spoder going down. They traded tower for it, but this is definitely a time where they can fight. Copycat just needs to find his way and waits for the tether to wear out. And then he goes in, does land on a 2 with the shockwave. This could be a really big fight. Master Fire, Killer Instincts into the back line, doing a lot of damage. Not able to get a kill off yet. There goes Chijiru. How is he still alive? Now Bliss on the backside does actually manage to find the Camille. Doing a lot here. Just know. Forced to back out, and because they didn't have TP for Poppy, or did Poppy cancel TP? I could have swore Poppy had TP before that. But they lost the fight, didn't have their whole team. Master Fire went a little bit too ham, and there should be another inhib going over to AMP. Shouldn't be able to pressure for game, not without an AD carry here, but having 2 inhibs up definitely opens the possibility for them to go for Baron. So, would like to see where they go from here. Should be a pretty rudimentary end for them. Gonna get this last dragon, probably reset, head towards the Baron. Would be my guess. And another Mountain Drake, really nice for him as well. They will be shredding down any objective they walk towards. Caitlyn, very good at taking towers. Pretty good at taking Baron. And Anivia, really good at taking Baron. So they've got a lot of control in the game now. With almost 11,500 gold lead. Looks like Olympic, though, actually might be trying to force the issue going onto the Baron. They cleared out the vision. They don't have the whole team here quite yet. They've been spotted by AMP. Now they're trying to get it done just in time. The Cledel is coming in, but Master Fire's in the pit all by himself. Baron doing almost all the work for AMP. Master Fire actually gets a kill, goes onto Natsume. Might be able to get a kill here if he can kite his way around. Doesn't get around the Q, though. Liquid Helium falls as well. That is 3 dead on Olympic only picking up Nezumi. He's the sacrificial lamb this game for AMP. With the Baron going down, unless there's some magical steal from Orianna, Rated R tries to get in, doesn't get the smite off at all, though. And that's pretty much AMP just walking mid, I would assume. Respawns in 22nd. Nope, FF, okay. Well played from both sides. I think AMP played really well. Had a couple fights that were a little questionable. But Olympic also played much better than I expected to with the kind of deficit they were having. They made a couple missteps where like they tried engaging without Master Fire. Poppy, I think, canceled her TP in the middle of the fight when they could have just steamrolled it if they had their tank up there. So just like really small minor things where like I think Olympic actually had a really good chance at getting into the game. And they just need to really shore that up, shore up their shot calling a little bit. So good from them. But on to AMP. They played really well. They won the early game. Spoder popped off as usual. It was a little insane. I'm not sure who to give MVP, though. Because Spoder definitely fell off. He was like 6-0, and now he ended like 9-5. So he did really well early. And I feel like Natsume kind of threw a couple fights. Nezumi kept getting caught out. Chijiru played pretty well. I'd say for me it's between Bliss and Chijiru. I didn't really see too many mistakes from any of them. Let's go ahead and look at damage numbers. 26k versus 26k, about what you'd expect. Yeah. Let's go ahead and we'll give it to Bliss. I think Bliss had a lot of really strong engages, played all the fights really well. So yeah, we'll give Bliss game 1 MVP. Oh, don't take it too personally there, Death. DHA was the top lane for the Season 1 champions, so guy knows how to have a noodle fight.